Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to Kiesel News. To start today off, I just wanted to cover some stuff that Persona Central has put out regarding Persona 5X, that Persona 5 mobile game, and it seems like it actually won't be a mobile game exclusive for that much longer, as there is work on console versions of the game. Now, that is very good news, in my opinion, as it shows that maybe the game will truly advance to be like a full-on Persona experience. As the game's reputation is obviously somewhat tarnished from the get-go just due to it being a mobile game, so hopefully people will start to respect it more once they see that it is in fact way more than a mobile game. Like, for one, it has a fucking full story and everything that's being planned. In fact, the story is now almost completely outlined, at least the main story. I'm sure that they could add, like, expansions if they really want to keep this as, like, a live service game. Especially since they also say that they currently have plans to cross over with other game franchises and other Persona games, so like Persona 3 and 4 as well. Dude, like imagine we get to see the Persona 3 and 4 cast in Persona 5X. Like that'll just like make this essentially Persona 5 Arena. And we're going to be getting it in English, and yeah, we will basically have our Persona 5 Arena at this point. We won't have the fighting game aspect, but I don't think anyone really cares about that. We just care about seeing all our characters together. And it shows that they're really putting effort into the story as well, I think. Now, I just briefly wanted to talk about Marvel announcing a TVA comic series. Now, as far as I'm aware, Miss Minutes is an MCU exclusive character, is she not? So the fact that she is in this comic implies that it may have a connection to the MCU potentially. At least being in the same multiverse. It doesn't mean that it'll show up in the actual canon at all or anything, but yeah, I do think that's interesting to point out. Also, the fact that it focuses on Spider-Gwen, and Spider-Gwen isn't even in the title, is kind of weird. Captain Carter is also here as well, so that's interesting to see. It definitely does point to this being more related to the MCU, yeah, because Captain Carter is involved in almost every single multiversal thing in the MCU. She was in Doctor Strange 2, What If, and now something related to Loki. The Yakuza series is officially dropping October 24th, and we got our first look at it. All that we can see, if you weren't at the SDCC panel, are 4 little screenshots, and I think it looks pretty good just from those screenshots alone. It seems like my initial theory regarding the SDCC panel of people maybe getting a Yakuza game for free at the panel was not true, but that was just a wild guess. I especially like the last image there that has the title on. I think it looks clean as fuck. Next, a prequel series to The Boys is in the works. I fucking knew that it wouldn't be the end of the Boys universe even after the main show ends, and I have to say, the premise sounds pretty interesting. A twisted murder mystery about the origins of VOD in the 1950s, the early exploits of Soldier Boy, and the diabolical maneuvers of Stormfront. Now, I don't know these characters as I haven't watched the show, but a show about the origins of VOD is interesting to me, as I at least know what that is, being the superhero company that tries to market the superheroes, so I think it would be interesting to see where they came from for sure. Next up, we have a statement from Kevin Feige on why they decided to spoil X-23 returning for Deadpool and Wolverine, saying that it was because Daphne Keane wanted to go to the premiere and they wanted to show the emotional core of the film in the marketing. Now, as for showing the emotional core in the marketing, I definitely think that was a good choice, because a lot of people may have only went to go see the movie for the cameos, but if you show that the cameos are more than cameos and they actually have reason to be there, then that could entice people to go even more. Though I haven't saw the movie yet, so I don't know if the cameos are more than just fan service or not, but I have heard that there were actually quite a few cameos in the movie. The ones I know for sure are Chris Evans as Human Torch, which was definitely a fucking cool one, as he doesn't get to come back for the new Fantastic Four movie, but they got him back for this. And also we got Wesley Snipes as Blade, which is also funny, because it makes me wonder if he's going to have a cameo in the new Blade movie. Like, imagine because technically, Blade is part of the multiverse saga, right? So, maybe as a post-credit scene, they link it to the multiverse by having Wesley Snipes appear? Maybe? Also, in regards to Marvel, I would like to mention that as of filming this, the SDCC panel for Marvel is about to begin in like an hour, so I will for sure be covering any reveals that happen there. I doubt it'll be as crazy as the one where they literally unveiled the entire next saga, but I guess we'll see what happens. Yeah, I expect full coverage on that, by the way. But one more Marvel thing to quickly mention is Marvel is officially going to pass 30 billion at the box office soon, and that's a fucking crazy milestone. No other franchise has been able to do that, not even Star Wars. Oh yeah, sorry, one last little Marvel bit. Deadpool and Wolverine Fortnite skins. Let's go, totally, we need that. Alright, one other quick thing here. I don't know why Snoop Dogg is involved in the Olympics whatsoever, but there he is. I just saw this and I felt that I had to mention it. I don't know why the fuck Snoop Dogg was there. Next, we have a bit of an update on the Ava Chris Tyson situation, being that Lava, the person who initially defended Chris and stated that they essentially didn't do anything too bad, is now changing their tune and saying that they essentially had a bad memory regarding the events that had happened, and that the stuff that did happen was actually inappropriate and wrong. Now, what's weird is that they admit that they still don't remember these conversations, but they say that they definitely happened, because they saw the messages. Now, why the fuck would they not remember them, though? I'm not denying that the messages exist, or whatever, but it's just weird to me. Like, what could have happened here? Was Chris, like, preying on someone who was, like, losing their memory or some shit? Like, I'm not even fucking joking here, I'm being serious. Because they were 13 at the time. It's not like they were a super young, like, 5-year-old, where you could obviously just not remember something. I'm sure if something happened to you at 13, then you would remember it. Unless, of course, it was so traumatizing that it caused you to, like, forget. But it doesn't seem like that was the case. So I'm just confused. I'm very, very confused. I do think that Chris Tyson is guilty in some way for sure, though, as otherwise they wouldn't have willingly stepped away from Mrbeast. But yeah, I just wish that we had more clarification. I'll definitely keep updating the story as we have more, but I've done research even beyond this initial tweet here, and I just can't find any news articles that say more. Like, I don't know what Lava is thinking here, like why they're suddenly changing their tune. Mrbeast just can't seem to catch a break at all. First, he's dealing with all the Ava Chris Tyson shit, and now he has accusations against his game show that he's doing for Prime Video, known as Beast Games. Now, these allegations are pretty fucking wild. The main ones are that there's been some serious injuries, and there's been a lack of medicine provided to them as a result. Another woman has even come out and said that she had suicide intentions, and she had to get a psychologist while on set. But honestly, this doesn't sound like a Mrbeast problem, at least that one, because they got them a psychologist. Like, they willingly signed up for the show, right? So unless they weren't told what the show entailed, I mean, that one's kind of on them. But the fact that there was no medical staff on site, when there was clearly some medical issues going on, is definitely irresponsible if that was Jimmy's decision. But I can't see him not purposely putting medics on site. Like, he put one on for his fucking not eating for 7 days video. And you could say, oh, he probably just did that because it was him at risk and not anybody else. But come on, Mrbeast isn't the fucking devil here. People have also apparently been taken to the hospital because they weren't given enough food and water. Like, what? Like, if all this shit is happening, why aren't we getting in contact with the cops here? Why is it just like a Twitter thread that explores all this and some random-ass news sites? People are also throwing in allegations that the games are unfair and that some teams, which were divided into teams of like 300 or 400, have like more stronger people or but it's just like that seems like the least of the show's concerns as opposed to all of this. But until we get an official statement from Mrbeast, I don't really know what to believe. I think the most likely scenario is that it's a mixture of both true and untrue, like most things. There was probably some medical staff on set, but they just didn't plan for an adequate amount, and therefore a lot of people unfortunately could have went without care. But obviously, Mrbeast should have done something, or his production team, or whoever, because obviously he's not solely responsible. But yeah, this just sucks for him, just when he needed more bad publicity. It seems like something bad happens with him every week at this rate. Cody Ko has officially left Tiny Meat Gang. What the fuck, dude? Okay, this is absolutely crazy to me. This just speaks so much volumes as to what Cody thinks. He's like, oh, I don't want to be a rat. He stated, okay, I'll read the statement here. So they say, as we enter into this next phase of the studio, we want to let you know that Cody will not be involved in the day-to-day operations at TMG Studios. What has transpired over the past few weeks is a personal issue for him, and Cody wants to remove any effect this is having on your professional and personal lives and the work you and our other hosts have done to make TMG Studios so successful. So he's basically just outing himself, stating that he doesn't want to affect anyone else now. But like, what, dude? Like, I don't understand why you just won't make an official statement to your fans. Like, that you would still have fans that would stick by you, I'm sure. You just need to fucking talk about it. But now he's going as far as to remove himself from the whole empire that he helped build. I mean, it's good that Noel is obviously not fucked from this. I mean, I thought that he was maybe going down as well because he hasn't uploaded anything. But it seems like Noel is still going to be around with the podcast, and who knows? Maybe Tiny Meat Gang will begin to be co-hosted by Meat Canyon instead. Now, I do have to wonder if Cody was truly the one to axe himself, because if he wasn't willing to address any of his fans in any way, I can't see him being willing to take responsibility by axing himself from his entire company. I guarantee you Noel was like, bro, our company is fucked if you stay around, so I need you to get out. And it's unfortunate to see a potential fallout between the two. So I wonder, like, is Cody just not gonna fucking upload anymore? Is he just done? Is he gonna disappear from the internet and just hope that he doesn't go to jail for this? Like, I don't think he should be entirely axed from the internet, guys. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get it. I get why people are against Cody. I'm against him for not saying anything, but Tana doesn't seem too hard-pressed about it right now. Like, it wasn't even her that brought this back up. So, I don't know. I don't think he should lose his entire career. But, honestly, he's done it to himself, I guess. Dr. Disrespect has changed his Twitter banner, guys. This clearly means that he's gonna make a comeback. And honestly, I could see him being accepted back already. I hate to say it, but the drama has fallen off now, and I'm sure some of his fans would take him back. Although I don't think they should.